Hello and welcome to the SOX Race 3. And currently the points leader is Crimson's.exe by 1 point over Dripsy after that race at Auto Club. Sabretooth did win that, by the way. So you can see he changed his manufacturer and scheme, by the way. I don't really not big on changing manufacturers mid-season, nor am I big on changing schemes for this series specifically, but that's I guess it's okay. I'm as long as you're painting the car, that's fine with me. But yeah, and as you can see, he did do forward number placement. That is totally fine for SOX, but please be aware when we go to Cars and Cup Series, nor will the ZSS be allowing those next season, because it's kind of gets a little bit confusing to know the cars in between. So yeah. Also, one more thing before we go to the start of the engines. Sammy Box, who's starting pole, he ironically started pole here in the Cup race and finished second. So maybe he'll start pole here or maybe win the race. We'll get more into that in a second. Let's go to the 88 of Sabretooth, who won last week. Three-time Cars on Cup Series winner, now SOX winner.
Drivers, start your engines!
I better get there quick because this is a very short track. Here comes Sammy in a box to the start. And green flag in the air, and he will take a quick lead as Lieutenant Ricky Freeman Jr. gets. He is losing spots quick in that 10 car. Now, yeah, what I was talking about, Sammy in a box leading. If you lead every lap, which, considering this is a short track, man, Ricky Freeman Jr. dropping like a rock, which goes some to Dan. And he's taking the whole top lane with him. But anyways, back to the leaders. Sammy in a box right behind him, Austin Johns. Fourth in the standings for the ZSS. And also plans to go to the Cup Series. Depends on if you make sign-ups on January 1st. So, as you can see, clearly, this is a 75-lap race. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a long race, but Sammy in the box leads the whole thing. He is, without a doubt, going to be the points leader. And we're going over this, me and Bradley, Ream, and Dean, we were going over how that wouldn't really be good for standings. And, you know, this is an experiment, and if it goes bad, it goes bad. If it goes good, it goes good. But yeah, I can see how that really takes an effect here. And, you know, if Sammy in a box ends up leading this entire race, I mean, he could already be locked for a SOX champion. So, I don't know. But with Dripsy up here, that's going to be hard to do. If Dripsy, if he finishes up here where he is right now in third, he will have no finish worse than fifth this season. They'll have 3 straight top 5s, and that is no driver in SOX has done that so far this season. And if he does that today, he'll be the first. Checking out the cars in the back, I am not 1,000% sure if we're gonna have lap cars. This is a 75 lap race. I don't know quite how it's gonna go, so it's interesting. Also, some of the Dan, or Dan Man, I try to call him, he's up here, the 63, finished third last week. He would also, if he finished fifth, he would also be in a kind of similar position as Dripsy. Main thing preventing him from doing that is he wasn't in the first race, so this is only his second race, but he will never have finished outside the top 5 if he does that today. But it looks like Ricky Freeman Jr. on him right now is Aztec Levette. Came up runner-up last week to the Sabretooth. So yeah, these two battling hard for 5th. Ricky Freeman Jr. He's not doing the best in points, but he's trying. Get around on the bottom. Zumzadan still fighting on top. The Crimson AXE, your points leader by 1 point, fighting as well. And at the moment, say Sammy the Box, or they say we have tons of lead changes, but prior to this race, say Dripsy will take back the position on Crimson's .exe if this finishes how it's finishing right now. Sammy the Box has pulled 1 second away from Austin Johns in that 3 car, by the way. Pretty significant distance for Sammy the Box. He's had pretty good success in the Cars Lane Cup Series, and this was his best track in the Cup Series statistically. Finished 2nd and got the pole at this track, and that was his best race of the CCS season. This might just be the best race of the SOX season, so it's like Martinsville treating him good across series. So I mean, it's kind of cool. Keep consistency up. I'm all for it. Leading every single stinking lap, I don't know, but maybe not so much. But good to get some realism in terms of performance. But I don't know about leading every single stinking lap. But yeah, I see what Bradley Reed means. But yeah, Sammy the Box could be the SOX champion very well if he leads the entire race. I don't know if it'll be a done deal or not, but it'll definitely be something of that nature. I'd say he's almost guaranteed to be the points leader after this race. 75 laps, like five points a lap. 5 times 75, you add that up, it's a lot of points, so I'm not really going to do the math yet. I will do the math when I update points, however, and that's when this will matter. So. Yeah, next week's Cleveland Airport, so we could see, I doubt it, because Cleveland Airport will have less laps. That's something. And the finale will be the Atlanta, and that will be whoever's the highest points at that race will be, at the end of that race will be the SOX champion. You know what? John McFadden, I don't think John McFadden, he's popped in the top 10. Let's see, he finished, I think last week, if I remember right, I think he finished 10th last week. And the week before, I think he finished 9th, so he might have a similar situation with Dripsy in terms of top 10s, so that's kind of cool. 89 John McFadden. CH the Introvert didn't get to start the initial race this season. Yeah, another cool thing, we're seeing consistency with the cars. Most all the guys have been doing good this first 2 races are doing the same here. Right up front. Most of them anyway. Yeah, been a few glitches here and there. That is a bit concerning. Hoping the game doesn't crash. The track isn't really all that rough in terms of frames per second, but I don't know. So I think halfway will be around lap 37, 38. So Sammy the Box clearly has. He's a king of Martinsville. Yeah, and I'm not just saying that from this race. He was really good in the Cup Series race. Got beat out by eventual CCS champion Feedbat. Yeah, that's something. And Austin Johns, he's trying to pick up some slack. Austin Johns, looking at his points position, this is a good points day. If I were to guess, maybe bring him top 10 in points, maybe. But he's really mid-pack in terms of points right now. CCS. He made it to the CCS Championship 4, so he did good there, and kind of looking for success in SOX, so that's cool. Now I'm not really overly concerned about lap cars, but it is a factor, a possible factor at the moment. Anyway, that's a AJ Floyd in 4. We don't exactly see those guys yet, so we go to say pit lane 1, and this just gives you an idea. See me to box. This is the entire racetrack you're seeing here right now, so it's just them going around the racetrack. See Jonah Bird's back there, moved up the track a little bit. But yeah, that is about the gist of it. There's AJ Foyt again. And we've seen Jonah Burridge. He's brought himself into, I think, 3rd in points, but dang, he is not having the race today. He is 3rd to last right now. He is, along with Eat Oreos and AJ Foyt. All those guys are more further back in points. And Jonah Burridge, he led the most laps last week at Auto Club. He's going to get a bit of a points dip after today, so it'll probably hurt his chances, but definitely cool to see him. So, yeah, again, not much going on the racetrack right now. Our spectator camera, it gives us a bit of a wider view. Austin Johns is kind of caught up a little bit, but not much at all. And the field, there is almost no side-by-side racing on the track right now, so yeah, we're run down of the top 10. So currently in first, Sam in a box. Bit of a rundown. He ran the Cars and Cup Series last season. Ran for PS Motorsports, starting his own team this upcoming season called SB1 Racing. And he'll be running same number and stuff for that team, leaving PS Motorsports last CCS season. I think he, this was, of course, the best track. I was already talking about that prior to some stuff, and he had a good season. Made it to the championship 4, and well, that's where he finished 4th. So the 2 4ths are up here leading. The 4th place finisher for the Cars and Cup Series finale, and the 4th place finisher for the ZSS finale are up here as well. And well, let's go ahead and go to Austin Johns on 3. Of course, ZSS 4th place finisher, made it to that final round. He has 2 wins in his pocket in the ZSS. Plans to continue drips racing. If he makes signups on January 1st, which he is very committed to, I think, he will run the Cup Series for drip racing. Very, very held tight with that team. And his team owner right behind him, Dripsy Shide. We'll get to him in a second as well. His 2 wins in the the ZSS came at Talladega, and I believe it was Old Spice, and that was raced twice last ZSS season, and he won the first of those 2 races. And Dripsy Shibe has 1 Carsland Cup Series win at Watkins Glen. His season was not that great. Started out with a 1-car team last season in the Carsland Cup Series, and now he's looking at a possible 4 drivers going into the Cup Series, and a definite set in stone, at least 2, with hiring Crimsons.exe. And yeah, it's a bit of a rundown of him. And he also, I'd say Drip Racing's worst track is Daytona, because in the Cup race, Dripsy was the last place finisher at Daytona Jazz 500. In the ZSS, 2 of the Drip Racing drivers having had mechanical issues, and none of them finished well in Austin Johns. Actually, it wasn't even Austin Johns in that car, it was Dripsy, because Austin Johns had some injuries in that ZSS Daytona race. And that car didn't finish, and then, yeah, their worst track's probably Daytona. Dissect. He also made the CCS Championship 4, was runner-up. to Feedbat, currently running. Oh, I also forgot to mention, Dripsy did win the initial SOX race a couple weeks ago at Armored Digital Super Speedway, and second points in this series that we're in right now. Dissect Cars on Cup Series. He had one win. I think I remember correctly. I believe it was North Wilkesboro, but man, he led a lot of laps early season. Probably the championship favorite all season long. Kind of quiet towards the end, but when it came to the championship, round of 8, round 12, yeah, he was not. He was never top dog, but he was there. He was top tens, and it got him to the championship 4. So that's that. And we're coming about 40. Seeming about still leading. Aztec Levette ran part-time the ZSS for a few races. I think he even got second in one race, if I remember correctly. Led a few laps. Had a good season as a part-time entry, and is going full-time in that series next season. At the moment with Bruh Motorsports, if I remember correctly, he'll be racing number 94 car, Ford. And also, he finished second last week in this series that we're in right now. Harry Freeman Jr., he also ran part-time in the Cars Lane Cup Series, as well as running full-time in the ZSS. This paint scheme he's running now is actually, I tried to get it as similar to his ZSS scheme as I could, but that's the goal. Try to get like his ZSS scheme. Ran for PS Motorsports in 2020. He ran in PS Motorsports last season and is hoping to go to Drip Racing in the Cup Series next season if he makes signups. And we were talking about him being the 4th entry, depending on what Jeff Sinclair's plans are. But we'll see how that goes. Some the Dan going to expect to be running full time with Roach Racing next season in the ZSS. That's Roach started a new ZSS team, by the way. There'll be Arctic Racing's entry at the moment. I don't know if they signed the re-sign sheet. I haven't done that yet. But, yeah, he has a couple races experience in the ZSS, by the way. He also finished 3rd last week in this series in his first start in this series. He missed out on the Daytona race because he, 1, forgot to sign up, and 2, made a paint scheme late. So, yeah, but that's okay. He's still there. Crimson, current points leader in this series, got 1 win in the Cars Lane Cup Series at Bone Crusher. Yes, for Van D Racing, he's going to Drip Racing next season in the Cars Lane Cup Series. And, yeah. That's for him. Okay, we're lap 47, trying to kill some time here. Let me rewind a bit. Okay. Ninja Revert, 1 win in the ZSS at Kansas for Rail Fan Motorsports. He is anticipating going to Cup Series next season for that same team if he makes signups. And that he hasn't done really too much. Was unable to start the first race of this SOX season. He had some issues and was unable to start the race. Now he's trying to rebound from that, running in 9th. Then to round up our top 10, John McFadden. I believe he's finished top 10 in every race in SOX so far. 2018 CCS champion back when he raced Diecast. And went winless last season. Hopes to change that around next season. And he's also moving to Chevrolet from Dodge. Okay, so yeah, this race sucks. So yeah, that's about it. For top 10, stuff like that. We're 25 laps to go now. Let's see, 5 times 50. It's a lot of points. So 50 times 2 is. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to be pulling these guys out of the ballpark. It'll take a miracle for anybody to catch up to him. Even at this point, I mean, it'll be practically impossible for anyone to catch up to him in the next couple races. Even if he DNFs at both Cleveland and Atlanta, he's probably the champion after today. That's Well, I think next season we're going to use a different point system. This one is not really that desirable. It's just been, well, what's that? Yeah, even edited made it customize. I mean, that's what I'm supposed to do. Added, lowered the drafting distance, deleted the line fan modifier. I mean, the racing's a bit better than the Cars on Cups race we raced, but yeah, same guy leading the whole race is not really that ideal. So, yeah. For Sammy in the box, it is very ideal for him. Austin Johns, yeah, he's just been sticking there, but I mean, even he just hasn't had anything for that 23 car. Yeah, King of Martinsville. But you know, technically, y'all voting to make these races 15%. This is not all my fault that this sucks. Maybe the schedule was a bit wonky on my part. That is probably my fault. Probably change it up for next season, make it a bit different. But yeah, yeah, we're gonna change it up a bit next SOX season. Again, this is experiment. You know, at the end of the day, SOX champion will be one is it's going to be random anyway. So yeah, I was hoping we'd have a bit of a competition, not a definite champion by the end of the last race. I mean, the only possible way at this point I could see anybody having anything for Sammy Box is if someone led every lap the next two races, and the odds of that are, well, just as good as nothing. Man, and the odds of this is 1 out of 24, so yeah, that's something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still learning, young guy. I don't really know too much about sim racing. New to it, fairly, and learning by how it goes. And you know, it's an off-season thing. Not going to be big implications, but you know, you try to make it as cool as possible. Cars and Cup Series 2022 will not be this bad, I hope. But you know, last season I'd say it was 50% of the races last season were kind of good, but most of them were same guy leads the whole race. But with the 40 race season, that it really extends it out. There's a lot more opportunities, but with this 5 races, most I could do really with all the holidays and stuff. That's how that is. So. But yeah, congratulations to them. And you know, Austin Johns might have something here, but yeah, you can get up to him. But I don't know if he's gonna make a pass or anything. Would be interesting. That's some entertainment. I was also whooping lap cars, but yeah, that's shown to be a bluff as well. They've been same pacing distance, just about. Now, I mean, honestly, it makes sense considering all the ratings are equal for each car. It really makes sense. So yeah, and a little bit of lags back there. In terms of laps, I think this is the longest race I've ever recorded. So yeah. In terms of laps, not in terms of time. In terms of time, this is probably so far at the moment a little bit, I guess, one of the longer races, but nothing too over the edge. So yeah, next week, Cleveland Airport. This it'll probably be just as bad as this. But hey, road courses. Hopefully, it's a bit funner. You know, Martinsville, it's a cool track. I'm not doing a vote for the SOX schedule or the ZSS schedule, but I'm about making more super speedways, considering using the SRX mod. Depends on when that comes out. Might use ICR again. But yeah, it's an awesome learning experience, and Yeah, trial and error is really the best way to go. You know, it all comes down to chance, especially when every single car has the exact same ratings. I can go through every car, and everything is at 75. Aggression set at 80 for everybody. Even the cars in Cup Series ZSS, I'll lower them if you leave, though. If you leave my series, I lower your ratings. Spippity douche, you lose the juice. Yippity douche, you lose the juice. Okay, so we're coming to 5 to go here for Jimmy the Box first SOX win, and I'm gonna be honest with you. He's probably the SOX champion already. I mean, he really did a I mean it could have been anybody. I'm gonna be honest, could have been anybody. Could have been anybody leading at this point. He's probably gonna be the SOX champion. I mean, it's not as cool, but you know, there's still opportunities for other drivers to win those next few races, win races, do good, finish well in standings. It's not all about winning. It's good about, you know, it's cool to have be a part of this, you know. I guess I don't know. I mean, I'm in a part couple, so that's how I see it. I'm in a few racing series myself, so. And just a few more laps to go for Sammy in the Box. I'm gonna go to TV1 since we've been on spectator for about half the race. Sammy in the Box. Runner-up in the Cars Inc. Cup Series was unable to get the job done. Well, he was outdone by soon-to-be champion Pete Bat at the last time he raced this racetrack in the series. Now he's come for redemption. Started pole both those races. This one he's going to finish in the top position. Austin Johns might have a late run. Come to 2 to go. I'm going to be honest with you, I doubt it. Dripsy going to continue his top 5 streak. John McFadden looking to continue his top 10 streak. He has one position. He has to hold that one position. And Some to Dan hoping to hold his top 10 streak. He got passed by Aztec Vet, who's hoping to keep his itty-bitty streak alive. We're coming to 1 lap to go here at Martinsville for Sammy Box. Braking hard, making sure not to give Austin Johns much. Car length separates them. And just a half of the racetrack to go. Austin Johns is a little too hard in the corner. And Sammy the Box coming off of turn 4 will win his first SOX race and will be SOX points leader by a humongous margin. That I doubt is beautiful, but oof. Well, we'll see you next week. Hope I don't get any angry DMs. Oh boy. Well, we'll see you next race. I don't know if it's gonna be next week. Might try to spread these out a bit since there's only 2 races left. But we'll see how that goes, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Not too long, but yeah, we'll see you next week at Cleveland Airport Road Course.